Hey, good morning. I'm Mumble and welcome to my channel. Uh, Today I'm going to be going through like a sort of a quick uh, gear creation video. Trying to find, I'm just doing this on the spur of the moment here. Um, so there's a lot of people running around like they have like not so much as no idea, but just concerned of like what augments to use or what's cheap or and they're struggling to meet like the sort of, I would say like the minimum bar, like the lowest bar that could be set now is about 200% potency, um, without going all the way like I'm going to spend millions and millions of meseta, and I'm going to take advantage of um, the seasonal shop because of this, where you can get a lot of your equipment, like you can get your Exalia weapons, which obviously if you do a little bit of grinding in Mediola Outer Rim 1, you can upgrade them to the new weapon. Additionally, like you could build your Ectasis armor as well very cheaply during this period of time. Now I'm going to use a blank set of equipment, kind of like get the ball rolling and show you roughly what you're going to need, like just to meet that sort of minimum level of 200%. So bear with me for a moment. In the purpose of this video, I have gone ahead and I have set up some equipment like they're already at 81 or higher, so that way I've got access to all the augment slots. So I'm going to quickly go in and I am going to build an Exalio Gunblade. I've taken the one from the seasonal shop out and I'm just going to add a couple of extra augments to it. So if I go to it now, let me just properly find it. Now, I know I've got this Mega Trial here, I'll come back to that in a moment. What I'm going to do is go down to my material storage, and because I've already got 7 augments slots available, I'm going to build this for range and tech potency. So I'm going to go with the Ratek Duables right here, and I'm going to add 10 of them, and here we are. I'm not too worried about item preservers because I've got a ton of these. I'm going to use a 10% just because I don't want to fail right at the beginning of the video, even though Sega's probably going to do that to me. Nope, it's going to play nicely today. So because I threw it, like normally if you're going to use more expensive augments, I would recommend doing them, I don't know, 2-3 at a time. And this is like you're talking your Gland Gigas Mass Days, this is your Lux Health in Ale, your Grand Dread Keeper 2 if you are someone that's going to be putting this on your armor. So everything that isn't going to hit like 100%, and they're very expensive, like 2 mil, like 2 million Meseta, 3 million Meseta. I would do them like a couple at a time, have an augment protect and like a small success booster, and just kind of give it a bit of a gamble, but never gamble without augment protects if they are expensive augments. So right now we are 6 augment slots and we're hitting for this weapon. We need to work off ranged and well, we need to work on ranged potency. It's the one in the middle with the gun symbol. That is at 26.8% now. And my next one I'm going to add is I'm going to use LC caps for this, and we are going to Gigas Master. So I'm just going to throw 10 in straight away because you can farm the living crap out of these, and adding 10 of them straight away gives you 100% success rate. So we're going to throw that on here. Now we have 7 augments in there and we have 30.9% potency. Additionally, I'm going to show you how you can get a an add preset skill. So you can take this from a blank weapon to a level 1 fixer. Like this could be attack, this could be Termina. This I would recommend for Gunblades, go for Termina, because every other fixer or preset skill is pretty much useless for this. Well, I wouldn't say useless, it's just not quite up to par because of the Slayer using the Gunblade. They have a very high critical rate anyway. So all you need to do is just boost that potency. So we're going to go to add preset. I'm going to quickly find my Gunblade again. Bear with me, I'm just typing. There we go. As you can see, I've already got one on, like, I think it's a Termina 3. Yep, Termina 3. I'm not going to be using that one because I've got plans for that. So, where it comes up with this menu, where it says confirm support item use, you are going to say yes. Because in the item preserver menu here, if you've been doing urgent quests, or like doing your weekly trading through item recycle, I'll show you where it is in a moment, you can add a level 1 fixer for what, 500 Meseta? And obviously, for the purpose of the video, well, as long as obviously Sega is continuing to be Sega, I've just been given an Unwix for my Gunblade. Now, Unwix is a potency increase normally, and like, you know, it's only like it's a 2%, and then whenever you're hitting something that is not its weak point, it's got another 5% potency. I mean, I will give a quick shout out to Sia. I'm sorry that I didn't respond to you. On to our next step. Will be doing your armor. So, obviously, I'm going to be going back into the item lab now. I've already got an armor ready to go. Like, it's got the 7 slots because I wanted to do this ahead of time. I'm going to add some augments to my armor now. So here we are. We've got the 81. Now I've already used the ones you can get from the seasonal shop, and I've upgraded them and I've sold them on because my equipment is significantly better because I've been putting time into it over and over. However, I am going to be doing a sort of a basic sort of setup for you guys just to follow. Like, this is going to be a balance. Like, I'm going to focus here now on with the Gunblade that I previously made earlier in this video. I am going to now build an Ectasis armor that is slightly focused towards range potency and tech potency as well, because you know, Waker is like, you know, one of the classes to go for if you're going to just be burst farming over in dex base, because it's got a very high speed attack and it's great for getting rid of mob enemies. So here we are with the Ectasis armor. Now, I mentioned earlier how we got the Mega Trials here. I'm going to put them in first. Because these are a little bit expensive, and maybe I just want you guys to laugh at me for when I fail. So I'm not going to use it because I'm going to go with another 10% here. I'm going to do like a tiny gamble, like not too much. It's got like it's a 90% success. I mean, if it does fail, it's going to be hilarious for everyone. But luckily enough, it's gone in. So next I'm going to do material storage. Let's get that doable. We are going to scroll down to Ratek doable. So that is range and tech potency. It's both. Once again, I'm going to throw this in without any augment item protections because they're cheap to come by and you can just farm them like crazy in numerous locations. So just a quick sort of 10%. That's in as well now. So we've got ours that were risking failure, but now they're in. Nextly, we're just gonna go quick, cheap, use all our LC augments that we can use. Helps if I go to my material storage, which is a fantastic, sort of space saver. I would recommend spending the SG to get it. Now we're going to go with the Gladius Soul, 10 of them. We are going to go with Gigas Mast, obviously, because that's a high potency LC augment. We're going to go with Half Nail. So we're now up to 5. Then I'm going to go in with my Grand Dreadkeeper LC. Now you're going to question me for a second. Now, why are you using Grand Dreadkeeper when you're building this to go with your Gunblade? It's not a very high potency augment, and you don't really need potency floor as a sort of being a Slayer. Now, I'm not doing it for those. I'm doing it for that little bit of damage resistance. I'm doing it for the HP and the photon points. I mean, some potency floor is good for even for a Slayer. Like, I think best in slot now has I think about a 75 to 80% damage adjustment, which is a lot of floor. But we'll get to best. Like, you don't really need to worry about best in slot for this video. I'm just doing a quick cheap one. But the Grand Dreadkeeper covers pretty much all bases, apart from like status element resistance, which is where the Mega Trial from earlier is going in. Like, that's got some high potency, that's got some damage resistance, it's got some photon points, and it's also got a little bit of damage. It's got status element resistance. So it makes it a little bit harder for you to be set on fire, frozen. Now blind is a weird one. Like, that status element is very weird. Rather than you can't see crap, like as it would describe. On this, on Phantasy Star, blind actually charges you more photon points when you use a technique or photon arts. But moving on. So we've got our Grand Dreadkeeper in, and then finally, just for that little bit of extra photon points and potency, tiny little bit of the floor, we're going to throw in our High Kabar Domino. I am very well known for getting sidetracked. It's a fun thing, but I will get to it. So we've got all our LC augments ready to go in. So I'm not one for arranging it like expensive one at the top and yada yada yada. I'm just gonna wang them in. There we are, all of them are in. And once again, I don't need any boosters because all of these LC caps, because I've used 10 of them, it comes to 100%. So I don't need to put any success boosters on, and I don't need to use any item preservers, i.e. augment protection. In it goes. I mean, I've used Mega Trial. There is an LC version of this, and you can get it from Lucille Exploration. But I mean, you could just make the Mega Trials from there's other sources you can get this from rather than just buying it from the personal shop. You can run the 8-man purple triggers over in Alio. They will give you the materials for it, so you can make them. You get enough for a few runs, and you've got a full stock of them, so you don't really have to worry about spending money out on the Mega Trial that I've placed in here. You can make it very cheaply, just that little bit of farming. So there we have it. We now have a Ectasis armor. For this video, it's going to be 32.2. This is a sort of a nice average build. It's not hugely offensive, but it's nice and balanced. and you know this has got you set up 3 of these and that gunblade that I made earlier, and you will have a good if my maths work out, it's between 205, like somewhere between like 200 and 210% potency, and we've done it and we barely even broken the bank. Now the final thing is we also need to add a preset skill to this. So once again, we're going down to preset skills. We're going to go to add preset skill. I'm going to go to the Ectasis armor we just made. Yes, I'm going to use the support item because that is where I'm going to be needing it. So open up the item preservers and then go to add preset level 1. I'm just going to do it as a random sort of like, I'm not going to go for anything. And here we are, we've got a Fixer Auxis, which, by the by, if anyone doesn't know what that does, when you are being offensive, so when you are attacking, your photon blast gauge will, like, that's your big shiny flashy attack, apart from the railgun from the Mars system, but that's not the purpose, that's not relevant to this video. Fixer Auxis, whenever you're attacking, it increases your photon blast gauge. This going for like level 4, level 5 of this version is very, very helpful. I mean, I've got it on one of my armors, the level 5, and like I like to run with like this comes in handy because I can pull out like the photon blast that little bit faster. I mean, my other 2 pieces of armor I've got as guard because I like to have like that little bit of like a fair amount of damage reduction, because there's nothing worse than when you're going completely ham on the enemy and all of a sudden I'm there on the floor and I'm eating dirt. Nothing worse for your DPS is like, I mean, you could have a bad build up, but being unconscious, like knocked out in a fight, that's gonna, like, your DPS is gonna be 0. You're gonna be contributing nothing. So having a bit of damage resistance is always good. I hope I've helped. I've kind of gone off on a couple of tangents, and I have gone into a little bit of explanation of some of the things that I've put in, like with the Unwix and the what was it? The Auxis. Yeah, Fixer Auxis with the photon blast, and yeah, I went off on a tangent and kind of making you kind of helping you understand the purpose of not just building for pure potency and that's it, but more of like having a more well-rounded build, so things are a little bit easier. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, leave me a like, give me a share, subscribe if you so want to. I do want to start recording more videos, and I would like a bit of support. You don't have to, but I would greatly appreciate it.